We inhale through the nose and exhale through the nose. Inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the nose. So if you like, you can place one hand at the bottom of your belly. And as you inhale, try to breathe all the way down into the pinky finger. Fill up the lower belly, then the upper belly, then the chest, and then exhale. So it's 3-part breathing. So inhale deeply to the lower belly, to the upper belly, to the chest, and exhale. And inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Another deep breath in. Exhale. And now inhale, let your face lift upward towards the sky. Exhale, let your chin drop gently down towards your chest. Leave it there, breathe into the back of your neck. So feel the breath deepening the stretch in the back of your neck. Slowly move your right ear over to your right shoulder. Breathe into the left side of your neck. Keeping the rest of the spine tall and lifted. And now bringing your head forward, drop your chin down to your chest and slowly move your left ear over to your left shoulder. Breathing into the right side of your neck. And then bringing your head forward, dropping your chin down to your chest. Breathing again into the back of the neck. As you exhale, curl your tailbone under, collapse your belly, your chest, and round your spine. Now as you inhale, lift your arms, lift your spine, reach up and look up, interlaced fingers, and exhale, fold forward, releasing the hands down, touching only the tip of the index fingers to the floor. Inhaling, lifting up, look up, and exhaling, fold forward, touch only the tip of the index fingers to the floor. Inhale, lift up and look up. And exhale, folding forward, tip of the index finger to the floor. And now plant your hands, palms down on the mat. Look towards your hands, and we're going to scoop the chest down between the hands and inhale it up into a little baby cobra. Nothing big yet, just nice and small. And then push it back. Extended child's pose. And then looking towards the hands, scoot your chest down between the hands. Inhale it up into a little baby cobra. Exhale, push it back. Extend the child's pose. Inhale, scoop your chest down between your hands. Up into a baby cobra. And push it back. Extend the child's pose. And breathe here. Slow, deep inhales, allowing your chest to melt down towards the earth. Good. Now, as you inhale, round up your spine and just come sitting right up on your heels once again. So one vertebrae at a time. Coming all the way up, palms on your thighs. And we are going to do lion's breath. So lion's breath is actually really good for sore throat. It also is really great to release tension. It also is said to cure halitosis. So without further ado, as you inhale, you're going to scrunch your face up really small, like a raisin. And when you exhale, you're going to open your eyes wide. You're going to open your mouth as wide as you can. You're going to stick your tongue out, and you're going to roar like a lion. So here we go. Inhale. Kitty cats. Where are my lions? Here we go. Let's try it again. Inhale. There we go. Inhale again. Think of whatever stresses you most and throw it out. Yes, nice lions there. All right, so now dropping onto one hip, swing your legs out in front of you. And let's place your hands on top of your thighs. Take an inhale, and as you exhale, again, we're gonna curl the tailbone under, pull the belly in, round your spine. And we're gonna stop when the sacrum is on the floor. Chin to the chest, leave the chin there so that you are not tempted to use the muscles of your neck. You want to use abdominal muscles, not the neck muscles. You don't want to have neck muscles all poking out. Good. Now continue down to bra strap area. Hold, hold. And then all the way down, everything except your head and your shoulders. Hold, 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 hold. One more deep breath. Good, and slowly lower yourself all the way down to your mat. Excellent. All right, so a little bit of abdominal work we're gonna do here now. So first of all, just bend your knees, squeeze your thighs into your belly. Just wrap your arms around, squeeze them in. Release the spine a little bit, lengthen the spine. Good, now releasing, actually keep holding your knees, I'm sorry. Let's gently rock side to side. Take your head in the opposite direction of your body so that you don't fall over. And so that you just begin to get a little bit of a gentle twist action happening in the spine. It's not much, just small, waking the spine up a little bit. And then stopping in the center, lift your shins so that they're parallel to the ceiling. Take your hands up beside the outsides of your knees. Take an inhale. As you exhale, curl your tailbone up towards the ceiling a little bit. Lift your head, chin into your chest. Good. Now stretch your legs out any amount that you can, as long as you are not feeling the back begin to work. You want to feel this deep in the belly. So deep in the abdominals. Deep, deep in the abdominal abdominals. Hold it there. Breathing. It's called set point. This works your TVA, transverse abdominis, and it is excellent at holding your back in place and keeping things from hurting in your back. So nice deep breaths. Good. And now gently lower down. Hug your knees into your chest once again. Take a deep breath. Expand the abdominal muscles. And now lifting your legs, shins parallel to the ceiling, hands beside knees. Inhale as you exhale, curl the tailbone slightly up, chin to the chest. Stretch your legs forward if that's appropriate for you. If not, you can keep them in. Breathe deeply. Breathing. 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 Hold it if you can. The idea with this one is eventually to work it up so that you can hold it for 3 minutes. Keep the chin to the chest and slowly lower it down. Good. Drop your arms out to shoulder height. Place your feet flat on your mat and then move the feet over to the right side of the mat. Lift your hips up and move your hips to the right. Drop your knees to the left, look to the right. So again, a little bit more twisting, but again, not a deep twist, working to more stretch and release the abdominal muscles a little bit. And now as you inhale, bring your knees and your head back to center. Pick your hips up and lift them up to center. Move your feet over. And then move your hips over to the left side of your mat and drop your knees to the right. Look towards the left fingers. Try to let both of your shoulders stay melted down on the mat. Super deep in your breath. Good. As you inhale, bring your knees back to center, head back to center, lift your hips and bring them back to center. And now squeeze your thighs in, hands behind your knees, gently rock yourself forward and back. Straighten and bend your knees. If you have if your low back is bothering you on this one, then you might just roll onto your side and push yourself up, that's fine too. But if you can, keep rocking. When you're ready, push yourself right up into squat pose. Once you're in squat, play around with that squat pose a little bit, just taking your knees side to side, forward and back, whatever helps you loosen up and relax the hips and the low back. Think of dropping your head down towards the floor, lifting it up. Play around with what different movements make your body feel good here. Good, nice ladies. And then stopping in squat pose. Your heels might touch the floor, they may not. It's okay. Ideally they do, but if they don't right now, that's okay. Just know you're having the intention of them touching the floor at some point in time. And then elbows inside knees, pressing knees out, hands to or hands in prayer position, thumbs at the heart center. Breathe deeply, keeping the back of your neck nice and long. Ground in the feet, see if you can engage Mula Bandha, root lock. Squeeze and lift the area of the perineum. And then dropping your hands back down to the floor. Take an inhale. As you exhale, straighten your knees. If they're not ready to be all the way straight, just partially straighten is fine. Hang here for a moment. Shake your head. Yes, please. No, thank you. Jiggle your shoulders. Good. Now walk your hands over towards the left. So out from, like diagonally out from your left toes. Reach out in that direction. Good. Reach the right hand a little further than the left if you can. Breathe. Good. Let the head hang if you can. Good. Now exhaling, walk your hands over to the right side. Same thing, diagonally out from the right toes. Breathe deeply. Reach a little further with the left hand than with the right one. And good. Walk your hands back to center. Beautiful. Now we're going to inhale, lift the chest up. Interlace your hands behind your back. Squeeze your palms together, straighten your elbows, reach the head down. Let your arms go where they will, not forcing, but challenging them a little bit to stretch deeper. Inhale, and as you exhale, bend your left knee. Drop your hands to the left, so your chest is going to turn towards the right. Breathe into that. Good. Now straighten your left knee, bring your head and your hands and your chest back to center. As you exhale, bend your right knee, drop your hands to the right, turn your chest to the left. Good. Now straighten the right knee, bring the body back to center. And let the arms drop out and down by your feet. Now soften your knees as you inhale slowly, round up your spine. One vertebrae at a time, coming slowly, slowly up, little by little. Now placing your hands on your sacrum, squeeze your elbows in towards each other. Press your tailbone down and slightly forward. Lift your chest and look up. Good. Inhale, come back up. And exhale, gentle twist. And let the arms go loose, limp, relaxed here. Very nice. Good. And then stopping right in the center. Let's find Tadasana or Tadasana variation with just your feet about your fist width apart. So not much space, but not together either. So lift all your toes up. Turn this way so you can see. Lift all your toes up and then place your 2 big toes down. Lift your 2 big toes up. Release your 8 little toes down. Good. Lift all your toes up. Now bring your 2 big toes down. Drop your 2 baby toes down. Now the toe next to the baby toe. Then the 3rd toe. Then finally the 2nd toe. And all toes down on the ground. Good. Now lift your kneecaps, engage your thighs. Soften your buttocks. Hands by your sides, palms reaching down towards the earth. I don't know if you guys have noticed there's this trend of doing Tadasana with the palms forward, the palms face inward in Tadasana. Imagine that I'm pulling down on your middle finger gently so it drops your shoulders down away from your ears. Now turn your palms out. Inhale, circle your arms out and up overhead. As you exhale, lean to your right. Your fingers could be interlaced if that's comfortable for you. Leaning to the right as far as you can, like you're smiling with your whole entire body, keeping the outer edge of your foot firmly grounded on the mat. Good. Now inhale back up to center, and as you exhale, lean to your left. Outer edge of the right foot firmly grounding. Good. Very nice. Yes. Keep the right shoulder back a little bit more, Fiorella, if you can. So this one's good to open up your lungs, by the way. One at a time. We're opening the lungs, so really breathe deeply there. Strong lungs are difficult to have problems, right? So keep the lungs strong by opening them and breathing into them fully. Inhale, come back to center. And now as you exhale, press your tailbone slightly forward. Lift your chest and your head. Inhale, come back up to center. Exhale, bring your hands right down through your heart center and down by your sides. So we'll move into our sun salutations now, symbolic sun salutations. Turn your palms out. Inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, hands to prayer in the heart center. Inhaling, reach up and arch back. And as you exhale, fold forward. Long spine all the way down to forward bend. Release the hands down, fingers in line with your toes. And we'll step the right foot way back to the back of the mat. Release the right knee down, uncurl the toes. Inhale, lift the chest and the head. Stretch back through the right toes. Good. Now curling your right toes under, lift your right knee and step it back to downward dog split, lifting the left leg high up in the air. As you inhale, rise to the ball of the right foot, lift the head up. And as you exhale, bend your elbows, lower down in Trianga, 3-limb staff pose. Push forward and up. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, pull back, down dog split. The right leg lifts high up into the air, opening up the hips. As you exhale, swing your right foot softly through, toes in line with fingers. If it doesn't make it, pick it up and move it forward. Toes in line with the fingers. Now inhaling, reach forward. Rise up to lunging warrior, pressing the tailbone consciously down towards the earth to lift your body up. Look up to the hands if you can. If not, just forward is fine. As you exhale, straighten the front knee. Right knee nice and straight. Fold forward over that right leg. Let your head hang. Shoulders and neck soft and relaxed. Inhale, bend your right knee. Exhale, step your left foot forward to join your right one. Feet just fist width apart. Inhale, lift your chest, interlace your hands behind your back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lifting through the hands, come all the way up, and exhale, arch back, hands to the earth, lift the heart, look up. Inhale, come up. Exhale, hands to prayer pose, right in your heart center. Inhaling, reach up, arch back. Exhale, long spine, all the way down, forward bend. Arms slightly behind ears as you come down. Fingers in line with toes. If you don't reach, bend your knees until you do. Step your left foot all the way back to the back of the mat, releasing the left knee, uncurling the toes. Inhale, lift the chest and head, let the front of the left hip sink towards the earth. Curl the left toes under, lift your left knee up, step back, downward dog split, right leg high up in the air. Inhale, rise up, ball the left foot, lift the head, exhale, lower down, Trianga. Push forward and up, inhale, upward dog. Exhale, pull back, down dog split, left leg floats up in the air. And swing your left foot softly through, toes in line with fingers, help it with the left hand if you need to. Take your arms forward, arms slightly behind ears. Press your tailbone down, lift your body up. As you exhale, straighten your left knee, fold forward over the left leg. And inhaling, bend your left knee. Exhale, step your right foot forward. Inhale, lift your chest. Interlace your hands behind your back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lifting through the hands, come all the way up. Arch back, hands to the earth, heart to the heavens. Inhale, come up. Or maybe to Saturn. Exhale, hands in prayer. Inhaling, reach up, arch back. And exhale, here we go again. Fold all the way down, forward bend. Fingers in line with toes, right foot back. Release the knee, uncurl toes. Inhale, chest and head up. Curl the toes under. Lift the knee, step the left foot back. Down dog split. Inhale, rise to the ball of the right foot, lift the head. Exhale, lower down, Trianga. Push forward and up. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, pull back. Down dog split, right leg up. Swing your right foot softly through. Toes in line with your fingers. Reaching forward, press the tailbone down. Arms lift, rise up, strong body. As you exhale, straighten your right knee, fold forward over that right leg. And as you inhale, bend your right knee. Exhale, step your left foot forward, forward bend. Inhale, lift your chest, interlace your hands behind your back. Exhale, fold, belly in, head down. Inhale, lifting through the hands, come all the way up. Hands to the earth, heart to the heavens. Inhale, come up. Exhale, hands in prayer. Inhaling, reach up, arch back. Exhale, long spine all the way down, forward bend. Release the hands down, step your left foot back, releasing the knee, uncurl the left toes. Inhale, lift your chest and your head. Good. Curl your left toes under. Lift your knee, step your right foot back and up to down dog split. Inhale, rise to the ball of the left foot, lift the head. Exhale, lower down, Trianga. Pushing forward and up. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, pull it back. Down dog split, left leg up. Left foot swing softly through. Toes in line with fingers. Reaching forward, lift the arms, press the tailbone down. Float up. And exhale, straighten your left knee, fold forward. Inhale, bend your left knee. Exhale, step your right foot forward. Inhale, lift your chest. Interlace your hands. Exhale, fold. Pull the belly in, reach the head down. Inhale, lifting through the hands. Come all the way up. Hands to the earth. Arch back. Heart up. Inhale, up. Exhale, hands in prayer. One more round, right and left. Inhale, reach up, arch back. And exhale, fold forward. Long spine. All the way down. Good, fingers in line with toes. Step your right foot back, release the knee down, uncurl the toes, inhale, chest and head lift, long line, chin to toes. Good, curl your right toes under, lift your knee, step back, down dog split, left leg high up in the air. Inhale, rise to the ball of the right foot, lift the head, look up, and as you exhale, lower down, Trianga, push forward and up, inhale, upward dog. Exhale, pull back, down dog, left leg up in the air. Swing that left foot softly through, toes in line with your fingers. Good, inhaling. Reach forward with the arms, press the tailbone down, rise up. Good, lunging warrior, looking forward and or up. Exhale, straighten your front knee, fold forward over that leg. Good, now inhale, bend your right knee, and exhale, step your left foot forward, forward bend. Good, inhale, lifting your chest, interlace your hands behind your back. And exhale, fold forward, long spine. Reach the hands away from you. Good. Inhale, lift through the hands. Come all the way up. Exhale, hands to the earth, heart to the heavens. Inhale, come back up to the top. And exhale, bring your hands into prayer pose right in your heart center. Good. Inhaling, reach up and arch back. Thighs engaged. Exhale, fold forward, long spine all the way down. Fingers in line with your toes. Step your left foot back, releasing the knee down. Uncurl the toes. Good. Inhale, lift your chest and your head. Drop the front of the right hip down. Curl the left toes under, lift the knee. Step back, downward dog split, right leg up in the air. Inhale, rise to the ball of the foot, lift the head, and exhale, lower down. Trianga, push forward and up. Inhale, upward dog, shoulders back and down. Open the chest and the throat. Exhale, pull back, down dog split, right leg up in the air. And as you exhale, swing your right foot softly through, toes in line with your fingers. Good. Now reaching forward, get your arms slightly behind your ears. Interlace your fingers. Press your tailbone down. Let your arms rise up and lift the body. Lunging warrior. Good. Now as you exhale, take your straighten your front knee and fold forward over that leg. Good. Now as you inhale, bend your right knee and exhale, step your left foot forward. Feet fist width apart. Inhale, lift your chest, interlace your hands behind your back. Exhale, folding forward, squeeze palms together, reach the hands away. Good. Inhale, lifting through your hands, come all the way up. Exhale, hands to the earth, lift the heart up to the heavens. And inhaling, come back up to the top. And exhale, bring your hands into prayer pose. We're going to pretend we're going to do another sun salutation, but we're not actually going to. Inhale, reach your arms up, arch back. Exhale, long spine all the way down to forward bend. Let's step the right foot back to the back of the mat. Turn the toes out as you inhale. Take the right arm forward, up and over. Land in warrior two on your right side. Yeah? So reaching forward and up and over. Spin it around, Fiorella. Spin yourself around. Spin yourself around, Fiorella. Feet. Pivot the feet around. So you're going to bend your right knee in warrior two this way. Yes. There we go. Breathe in. And exhale. Breathe in. Exhale. Take your left hand down the left leg. Reach the right arm up and over. Exalted warrior or reverse warrior. Good. Now pressing out of the mat with your back foot. Inhale. Let's come back up to warrior two and push back into bow pose. You're going to lift that back leg up. Reach back to the opposite hand. Grab the outside of the foot. And we'll first pull the foot into the buttocks. Find your balance here. Steady gaze on a point that won't move. And now push your foot back away from your buttocks. If you want to go deeper, drop the belly. Keep the chest lifted as you kick the foot back and up. Good. Now inhale, back up to center. Release the foot. Grab that leg right below the knee and pull it up into your chest. Flex the foot. Take the opposite hand to the outside of the bent knee. Reach the other arm back. Straighten the leg if you can. Leave it bent. If not, look back over the shoulder behind you. Good. Very nice. Beautiful. Now that hand that's back, inhale, bring it back up and over. Grab the leg with both hands behind the knee and drop the weight of the leg down into the hands. Good. Beautiful. Now release the leg and start to take the foot back behind you. Start to drop the hands and the head down in front of you. Let's find standing split. So lift that leg high up in the air. Circle the ankle a few times in both directions. Good. Now bend your standing leg as you inhale. Bend your lifted leg as well. And then as you exhale, straighten both legs. Reach the feet away from each other. Good. Let the neck relax. Beautiful. Now the leg that is lifted, you're going to bend that knee and you're going to start to bring it down. Bend your standing leg. Place the lifted knee on the mat beside the opposite foot, on the outside of that foot. And now releasing down to your buttocks, holding on to the bent knee with both of your hands. Find your spine nice and tall. Drop your sitting bones down. Breathe in. Breathe out. Take your left hand back, or Your left hand back behind you. Inhale, take the other arm up. And exhale, bring it to the outside of the bent knee. Look back over your shoulder. Drop the top of the shoulders. Slide the shoulder blades towards each other. Good. And now gently release back to the front. If you like, you can give a little D-twist on the other side. So anytime you're doing twist, you're detoxifying the nervous system, but you're also massaging the abdominal organs and keeping the digestive workings well. So when the digestive system is working well, it's also difficult to get bugs because the body is working well already. All right, so taking that top foot, we're gonna swing it around to the back and find pigeon pose. So plant your hands down, lift up, get right up on top of the knee in the back. So the knee that's in front, you want to have it outside the hip, not straight in front of it, but a little to the outside of it. And then slide the back foot back. Walk your hands back towards the hips. Inhale, squeeze the legs in. Lift your chest, look up. And as you exhale, let them relax. Walk the hands forward. Sink yourself down any amount you can. Find Raja Kapotasana, King Pigeon Pose. So long line between top of head and back toes. So you want to breathe in deeply. Exhale completely. Good, now placing your hands under your shoulders. Inhale, lift yourself up, bring your hands back beside the hips. Curl the back toes under, lift the knee. We're gonna push back into downward dog split once again. Good. Just take a moment here to open up the hip as much as you can. Bend that knee and point it up towards the ceiling. Drop your foot over by the opposite buttock. And then stretch the leg back up and release your foot down beside the other one into full downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in. And exhale, bend your knees, hop, step, or jump your feet to the outsides of your hands in squat pose. Drop it down. Without judgment, just observe any differences that you feel in squat pose now and when you did it in the earlier part of the class. Deepen your breath. Good. So we're going to play around with flying here, a little arm balance practice. So plant your hands down. Lift your hips up. You're going to bend your elbows so that your arms look like bird legs, bending backwards from the way ours bend. And then your knees are still bent, so you're going to rise up on the balls of your feet and place your knees way up on the back of your upper arms. Now, if you're afraid of falling, grab a blanket or pillow and put it here, because I won't say you won't fall, because you could. You don't really want to fall on your head. Not necessarily advisable. So bring your knees up on the back of the arms as high as you can. Squeeze the knees in. Make sure your gaze is way out in front of your fingers. Squeeze the knees, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. That's a key point to flying here. If you feel comfortable, pick up one leg, put it down. Pick up the other leg, put it down. If your pants are making you slide like mine are, come out of it and pull them up so that they don't make you slide. If you're very comfortable, pick up both feet and find Kakasana, crow pose. And then dropping both feet down, coming to the end of your mat. Drop your head, shake your head, yes please, no thank you. Release any tension from that crow pose. And now just separate your feet so that they are right underneath your hips. Take your hands and place one hand on either side of your head, right over your ears. Let yourself hang there. So you're not pulling on your head, but you do have your hands holding onto it. So it does put a little bit of lengthening happening there in the neck. So that's a great way to release tension
from the cervical spine and shoulder. So hands not on the back of the head, but on the sides of the head, right over your ears. So your ears are kind of like little handles that hold your hands there so they don't slide off. Yeah. You feel that release, that stretch in the neck? Upper back sometimes too. Good. So now releasing your hands down, soften your knees. Good. And now straighten the knees. Good. Now bend your knees like you're going to sit down in a chair. Lift your chest, reach up. Utkatasana, fierce pose. Yes. Chest up. Tailbone dropping. Lift your hands. Look up in the space between your hands. Yeah, so feet should not be more than fist distance apart. Actually, you could bring them together for this one so you make sure you don't drop your knees in. So you want to make sure on this one that your knees are pushing straight forward over the center of your feet. So making sure if your feet are apart that your knees are not in like this. Straight over the feet. Breathe here. Good. Make sure the tailbone stays dropped and the lower spine is elongated. Now lift your heels and breathe. Good. Now keep your heels lifted. Stay on the balls of your feet. Straighten your knees. And then release the heels, arms out and down. Very nice. Good. Now take your palms, turn them out. Inhale, circle the arms out and up overhead. And exhale, fold down, forward bend, like we're going to do sun salutation, but we know we're not. So you're going to step your left foot back this time. Turn your toes out slightly. Reach your left arm forward and up and over. Pivot yourself around. Land in warrior two on your left side this time. So opposite side as last time. Yes, very, very nice. Beautiful warrior two. So making sure that your knee is stacked right on top of your ankle. Good. Yes, that's it, Fiorella. I was about to ask if you could go a tiny bit further. You might could bring your heel back just like maybe a quarter of an inch. Does that feel okay? Now push the knee a little bit to the left so it's going right over the center of the knee, making sure it's not dropping in over the arch. Super deep in your breath here. And on your next exhale, slide your right hand down your right leg. Take your left arm up and over. Exalted warrior. Breathe into that left lung now because it's nice and open there for it to be able to expand. No arm in the way. Now inhale, come back up. As you exhale, push out of the mat with the back foot and lift it up. Take your left hand back. Grab the outside of the right foot and pull the foot into the buttocks. Keep your right hand higher than your forehead. Pull the foot in, stretch the right quadriceps. Drop your tailbone. So sit your pelvis level. Make sure you're not arching in the low back here. And now you're going to push your foot back into your hand. Start to stretch a little more. Stretching, open the left shoulder. And then if you want to go further, then it does become a back bend. And you're going to push the foot back and up. Drop the belly button. Keep the chest lifted. You still want to keep the tailbone pressing slightly forward so the lower spine stays elongated. Good. Now inhale, come back up. Pull the right knee up into your chest, clasping just below your knee with both of your hands. Chest lifted. Good. Now take your left hand to the outside of your right thigh. Take your right arm back, twisting the chest to the right if you can. And then if you want more challenge, look back to your right fingers. If you have enough challenge where you are, don't look back to your right fingers. Just stay as you are. That's fine too. Good. Beautiful, ladies. Good. Press into that left foot more, Carmen, if you can. Push that foot down. Yeah. Push down into the floor with the foot. Reach up through the top of the head so you're pulling yourself up out of the hip. Yeah, it's going to throw your balance off at first because it's putting you into a different center point. All right, so as you inhale now, bring that right arm up and over and clasp both hands behind the knee. Drop the weight of the leg down into the hands. So we're stretching across the top of the shoulders. Super deep in your breath. Good. Now begin to drop the knee towards the floor, release the hands. Begin to lift the right leg up, drop the hands and head down. Let's find standing split. Right leg reaches up. Good. Now as you inhale, bend both knees, squeeze it into your chest. As you exhale, straighten both legs, reach both feet away from each other. So both legs and feet are reaching actively. Good. Now as you inhale, bend both knees again. You're going to take your right knee, place it on the mat outside your left ankle, and have a seat. So you come holding your left knee. You can take your belly lifted up over the thigh, get it out of the way. Good. Very nice. Now take your, once you've dropped both sitting bones down and lengthen your spine, take your left hand back behind you. And as you inhale, take your right arm up. Exhale it to the outside of your knee. Look back over your left shoulder. Drop the shoulders down. Slide the shoulder blades towards each other. Look as far back as you can with your eyeballs. Good. And now gently releasing back to the front. Massage both ascending and descending colon. Now drop your hands down on the opposite side. Give a little D-twist here. And coming back up. So now this knee that's on top, you're going to swing it back to the back. Plant your hands down. Lift yourself up. Get up on top of the back knee. Bring the right knee outside of your right hip. Release the left knee down. Uncurl your toes. I'm going to slide forward because I don't like touching the tile. It's too cold. Slide the left foot back as much as you can. Walk your hands back towards your hips. And then as you inhale, squeeze the legs together. Lift your chest, look up. And as you exhale, let the squeezing relax, sink down. Walk your hands forward. Give it a nice big stretch in king pigeon pose. So while you're here, just imagining that your left leg is your wing. If you were a pigeon, that's what you would be stretching back right now is your wing. Spreading all the feathers out to get the sun between all of your feathers. So think of spreading your toes out here. Your hands can reach as far forward as they're comfortable, but the main point is to think of a long line from the top of the head to the feet. That's what's going to give you more spaciousness inside your body. That's what we're looking for. That's also going to give you room to stretch deeper in the hip. Release tension there. So this one is really great to stretch psoas, iliopsoas, iliacus and psoas. So that is what is in charge of all forward bending. So sitting. And a lot of times that causes low back pain. So when you release those muscles, it's a good way to help release low back pain too. All right, so walking your hands back in, bring them back beside your hips, curl your back toes under, lift your knee, let's push back into downward dog split, reaching that leg high up in the air. Circle the ankle a few times in both directions, releasing any tension from the ankle and the toes. And then bend the knee, point the knee up towards the ceiling. Nice deep breaths here. And then straighten the leg. Drop that foot down beside the other one into a full downward facing dog. Take a nice big stretch in your down dog here. Reaching the heels back and down. Pressing the mat away from you. Reaching the chest towards the thighs. Tuck your chin in. Look towards your belly button. And a deep inhale, and as you exhale, bend your knees, walk, step, or jump your feet to squat pose outside the hands. Malasana means garland pose. I like that name. And then drop it down. Elbows inside knees, pressing out, hands at the heart center. So Malasana is an excellent posture. And the other side we talked about engaging the lavanda, which strengthens the root chakra. But this is such a fabulous posture to strengthen the root chakra, to bring you steadiness, to make you feel supported, to make you feel safe, to make you feel that everything is going to be okay. Because it's root chakra where all of those things are threatened, right? Where just our very existence is threatened. And right now, there's a lot of that sense of feeling in the air that our very existence is threatened. Because obviously with a virus running around, a pandemic, we're going to feel a bit threatened, right? Our livelihood is threatened. So squat pose is a great way to not feel threatened for your survival. Particularly if you can go outside and do it on the earth. So, so good. Actually, I had a student many years ago who had been diagnosed with clinical depression. Her doctor wanted her to take drugs and she didn't want to, so she came to yoga. It was her first class ever, and she came to me afterwards and said, help me fight my depression. And I said, go outside every day on the ground, barefoot, and do squat pose. She did it, and in, I think it was like 2 weeks, she went back to her doctor and he was like, what have you been doing? You don't need the drugs anymore. So there you go. All right, dropping your hands down. Let's play this time, instead of with Kakasana, we're going to play with flying tortoise. So placing your hands right on the insides of your feet. We're going to bend the elbows so they point towards the back of the mat. Bring the hips down so that the back of your thighs are resting on the back of your upper arms. Now squeeze the legs in and see if you can just lift your feet up. If you get the feet up, bring them forward and see if you can cross one ankle over the other. Hang out there, and then if that's feeling pretty good, see if you can straighten your legs in full Tittipasana. That was flying tortoise. Now straight legs, Tittipasana, firefly pose. Breathe here. And then gently lower yourself down. Yeah, how did that go? It's fun to play with, right? So just have a seat on your mat. Now we're gonna do a little counter stretching for your wrists. So the back of the hand on the palm of one hand on the back of the other hand. So just give it a little stretch here. Breathe as deeply as you can. Keep your straight line from your wrist down to your elbow. Yeah. Now switch hands. Yeah. Good. All right. So now we're going to take the other hand. We're going to stretch the fingers back. And then one finger at the time, we're going to stretch. Not many people know this, but I was actually studying belly dance at the same time I started taking yoga. I started studying belly dance and yoga at the same time. And one of the things that we always did in belly dance class that I think is so important, and I even forget to do it now myself, but at the beginning of every practice, we always stretched our hands, wrists, and fingers. And obviously, in belly dance, they're using the hands a lot for a lot of very, specific movements. So it's important for them. But I think it's important for all of us, right? Because not having our hands and fingers and wrists working properly is kind of a bummer. We need them throughout our lives. So it's good to take time to stretch them. Good, now shake that hand out. And we'll do the other one. Stretch the fingers back. I like that way of doing it, Fiorilla. That's great. And then one finger at a time, stretching it back. Stretch it back. Stretch it back. Stretch it back. I'm tight. I'm feeling it into my forearms. Do you feel that too? Yeah. And then thumb of this hand. And then shake it out. Yeah, good. All right. So let's take your arms straight forward. And we're going to cross Right wrist over left. Now flip your palms so they face each other and interlace your fingers. Good. Now bend your elbows so your hands are going to point down towards your lap and then bring them in towards the chest and up towards the chin and then out forward as far as you can. So you're going to feel a nice little stretch there on that top wrist, most likely. Breathe as deeply as you can. Good. Now bring the hands back up towards the chin, towards the chest, towards the lap, and stretch them back out again. Uninterlace your fingers, uncross your wrists, and now cross left wrist over right. Palms together, fingers interlaced. Inhale. And as you exhale, bring your hands down towards your lap, in towards your chest, up towards your chin, and out in front of you. Breathe deeply. Good. Now bring it back to the chin, chest, lap, out in front. Uninterlace, uncross, and now shake out both of your hands. Yeah, good. Very nice. All right, so legs out straight, flexing your feet. Pull your toes back towards your head. Yep, clear the extra flush, get right up on your sitting bones. And then inhale, reach your arms up overhead. And as you exhale, flow forward over the legs to Paschimottanasana. Inhale, round up your spine. And exhale, flow forward over your legs. And inhale, rounding up your spine. Exhale, flow forward over your legs. Inhale, rounding up your spine. And exhale, flow forward over your legs. And hold it there. Breathe in deeply, create space in your body as you inhale. As you exhale, if your body's ready to go deeper into that space, you can. If it's not ready to go deeper in that space, it doesn't have to. It's all good. It doesn't really matter. Be aware of trying to lengthen your spine. So even though you're doing a forward bend, feel almost like you're doing a back bend inside of your forward bend. So the chest is always reaching forward. Breath is always deep. This one helps to release tension in the low back. It also helps to release pain in the, oh shoot, it just left me when I started to say it. The longest nerve in your body. Which one is it? Who knows? Yeah, that one. You have to stay here for a little while. It also helps you to teach you patience. All right, so we're gonna inhale, lift the chest, reach up, come all the way up, and bring the hands down behind. Fingers pointed back, let your toes reach away from you. Lifting your hips, lift your chest and head, come up into backwards platform, Purvottanasana. So counter stretching the forward bend, which stretched the entire back of the body from the heels up to the head. Now we're stretching the front of the body. If it's too much, with your knees straight, bend your knees and push yourself up into a tabletop position. But if you can keep the legs straight, even better. Always working where it's appropriate for you, but knowing where your intention lies, where you're intending to go. And now gently releasing down. Pull both knees into your chest, drop them out to the sides. soles of your feet together. So you might have your feet close into the body, you might not have them so close. Bring them only as close as you can and still be up on your sitting bones. So we're gonna hold on to the shins, ankles, or feet, and we're gonna rock from side to side. So let your head and neck go nice and relaxed. You know, it's always interesting when you see children do this and when you see adults do it. When you see kids do it, their heads are like, like lolling all over the place or loose like little rag dolls. And when you see adults do it, we're like totally stiff. So try to find that looseness in your spine. It's a great hip opener, but it's also a great way to release tension in the neck and shoulders if you let your head go. So stop in the center. Inhale, sit tall, and exhale, fold forward any amount that you can. Take it only where it's appropriate for you today. So as I become more adept at teaching these classes online, I have to find ways to show you guys the nature outside the windows like I do when we're in the same room together. We just have, you hear them. I have parakeets outside, they're beautiful. All right, so inhaling, let's come back up, and we're gonna bring the hands down behind you. Release yourself all the way down onto your back. Let your knees just gently release down. You can take your hands and massage your hips and your inner thighs if you like, or you can bring your arms up and hold onto your elbows so you get a little shoulder opening to go with this hip opening that you're doing here. I'm gonna turn myself around so I can see better. There we go. Super deep in your breath. This is actually a really good one to practice in bed with just a sheet over you, because the movement, the release in the hips is pretty subtle here, and you may not really even realize it's happening, but if you have a sheet over you, you will realize it because your body, your legs will just leave the sheet, and then you'll know it because you'll feel the sheet start to settle in on top of you again. And so it's a great way to sort of mark the progression. All right, so inhaling, bring your knees together, feet flat on the floor. So we're gonna come up into shoulder stand, which is known to be an immune booster. It's bringing chin and chest together, so we're stimulating the thyroid and parathyroid glands, which is supposed to help boost your immune system. Your body starts to secrete serotonin, dopamine, all things that make you feel good, so it's also good to beat depression. Or if you're just feeling blue, you know, come into shoulder stand. Basically, any inversion really is going to change your viewpoint of the world, simply because you are literally looking at the world from a different point of view, right? So when you're literally looking at the world from a different point of view, it will carry over, it will translate off your mat into your life. So lift your legs up now. We're gonna lift the hips up. You guys all do shoulder stand, so I'm gonna come over so I can watch you do it. Lift your hips up, legs up, hips up. Place your hands on your low back and push the feet up towards the ceiling, coming up into shoulder stand. Yes. Now, remember, if you have neck issues, if you have high blood pressure, if you have glaucoma, or women, if you're on your moon cycle, not recommended that you do inversions, but always honoring your body, listening to your body's needs, but it is not recommended to do inversions during any of those instances. So roll the shoulders under you. Try and make sure the elbows are not more than shoulder width apart. Now, if your shoulders are tight, that might be a challenge. Good, yes. Now check in with your neck. If you feel that any of the cervical spine, any of the bones in your neck are pressing down into the floor, Bring your chin a little bit more away from your chest. You want to keep the natural curvature of the neck. So your neck spine naturally curves forward towards the front of the body. We don't want to flatten that out. And you can flatten that out if you do this a lot with the neck flattened. So chin a little bit away so you have a little space between the back of your neck and the floor. So try here, imagine you have a tennis ball between your thighs. I want you to squeeze that tennis ball until it's flat. Now flex your feet like you're standing on the ceiling. Move your kneecaps up towards your hips or in the direction of your hips. Engage your thighs. So you're really, really making a very strong, almost like Tadasana here on your shoulders. Good. Now cross one ankle over the other one and just squeeze as tightly as you can there. It's going to give you a little bit more lift here. And now uncross that ankle and recross the other ankle. Recross it the other way. Squeeze the legs together tightly. And try either flexing the feet, reaching the heels away, or reaching through the toes, reaching the feet away. Good. So now if you would like to take some variations here, you can drop the legs out to the sides like a big giant V. You could do tree pose upside down. You could drop one foot to the floor above your head while the other leg stays up, and then do the other side. Just make sure whatever you do it on both sides. And when you're ready, then releasing your feet towards the floor above your head in plow pose, halasana. So I always find it interesting that inversions, traditionally, were always done at the end of the yoga practice. However, when yoga, can you still hear me? Get my music for some reason. When yoga was brought to the West in the Shivananda style, he realized that Westerners were not really strong enough to do the inversions at the end of the class. So he changed it. He rearranged it to put the inversions pretty close to the front of the class. So I rather like to strengthen ourselves instead and put it at the end of class where it's supposed to be. Yeah, so rolling down on your back if you haven't already done so. Take your time, keep the feet low. Good, take a moment there, give your body a second to integrate the work it just did. Nice work in those inversions. And so now you're gonna place your hands under your buttocks, prop up on your elbows. We're gonna come to Matsyasana, fish pose, which is the counter pose. So sitting on your hands, legs are straight. Yep, like Maria. Legs are straight. Elbows behind your back. Here, I'll show you. So sitting on your hands, elbows as close together as you can behind your back, legs straight. I like to push my hips towards my elbows because it lengthens my low back, which feels good for me because my low back has some issues. Inhale, lift your chest, and exhale, drop your head back. So we're gonna hang out here for a little bit in Matsyasana, fish pose, because this one is really, really known for strengthening the lungs. So I want you to breathe in deeper than you have so far today. If you notice, everything that can inhibit your lungs from expanding is moved out of the way in this posture. So breathe in really, really deeply, super deep. If you feel too tight in the throat and jaw area, you can open your mouth and still breathe in and out through the nose. This one also opens your heart and throat chakra simultaneously, which helps you speak your truth. So if you're the person that everybody always asks to do things because they know you can't say no, this posture is your best friend. It will help you be able to say no in a loving manner. Also known to boost memory. You're bringing lots of oxygenated blood to your brain now. Good. So now as you inhale, come sitting all the way up. Lift your head up first and then push yourself all the way up to comfortable cross-legged position. Yeah. So we're going to do a little more lung strengthening. So we're going to do Kapalabhati breath or breath of fire. So just sitting comfortably. If you haven't done breath of fire, it's kind of like blowing out a candle flame, but with your nose instead of your mouth. So it looks like this. The belly naturally pumps in. So hold your hand up in front of you. Just stick one finger up and blow with your mouth like you're blowing out a candle flame. You feel how your belly automatically draws in? Now do it with your nose. Same thing, right? So I actually like to practice trying to blow out candles with my nose instead of my mouth, just because it's really good practice to get this breath nice and strong. Any breathing exercise you can do is going to exercise and strengthen your lungs. This one's a really good strengthener. This one also, it's going to create a lot of work in the abdominals. So it also strengthens your belly. And this is our third chakra, right? This is our willpower center. So we want that to be strong so that our willpower is strong. If we're very floppy and loose in here, guess what? Willpower is not going to be so strong for us. It's not going to be as there for you as you would like it to be. Also, the other name for this is shining skull, because it just brings so much energy up into the head that it done with enough practice and enough time, it's like a glow almost around the head. All right, so here we go. We're going to inhale deeply through the nose. We're going to exhale completely through the nose. We'll inhale halfway, and then we'll exhale out in those short puffs through the nose for 30 counts. So we'll look like this. Like that, right? And when we exhale 30 puffs, then we'll inhale deeply again. We'll exhale completely, and then we'll inhale and retain the breath. So here we go. Exhale all of your breath out. Inhale deeply. And exhale completely. Inhale halfway. Inhale deeply. Exhale completely. And now inhale and retain the breath. Just holding. You can close your eyes. Keep your neck, your throat, your chest, your shoulders soft and relaxed. Stay soft and relaxed. You're not going to die because you are retaining your breath. You're very oxygenated already. And now exhaling all the breath out again. Good. Now just take a few rounds of slow, deep breath on your own as you make your way to the floor on your back. Hugging your knees into your chest. Arms out to shoulder height. We're going to cross right knee over left. Inhale deeply. As you exhale, drop your knees to the left and look to your right. If your right foot will wrap around your left calf, go for it. Inhale, head center, leg center, and uncross the legs. Cross the left leg over the right one. Inhale deeply. Exhale, look left. Drop your knees right. And deepen your breath. Good. Inhale, head center, knees center. Uncross the legs, squeeze the legs in, thighs into the body, massaging the transverse colon now. We did ascending and descending as we twisted.
Now, transverse going. And then placing your hands on top of your knees, fingertips looking towards your feet. Draw big imaginary circles on the ceiling. And then reverse circle in the opposite direction. And then when you're ready, make your way to Shavasana, the corpse pose. So anything that you feel like you need to do before that, if you need something rolled up behind your knees to protect your low back and keep it from feeling discomfort, particularly if you're already feeling uncomfortable in your low back, that's a good idea to go ahead and roll up even your mat or a blanket or pillow, something behind your knees. Or if you have, if you know that you have some tension, discomfort in the neck when you lie flat, then putting a folded blanket or pillow behind your head and neck, but not under the shoulders. Good. So legs apart, feet dropping out to the sides, at least hips width apart with the feet. Toes flopping outwards. And then we're going to just very, very slowly turn the head from side to side. Slower you move your head, the deeper the relaxation. So slowly, slowly. When your neck feels complete, very gently return your head back to center. And then we'll inhale through the nose and exhale softly through the mouth. Just bring the sound hua, like what without a T. When your jaw feels complete, let go of the breath, no longer thinking about when you inhale or when you exhale. Just allow it to come whenever it naturally comes. And now shifting your awareness into the lower half of your body. Tell everything from the waist down to relax and release. Feel as if any tension or discomfort in your lower body is dissolving, draining down your legs and out through your feet. Leaving your entire lower body soft and relaxed. And then shifting your awareness to the upper half of your body. Tell everything from your waist up to relax and release. Feel any tension, any discomfort in your upper body dissolve. Let it drain down your arms and out through your fingertips. Leaving your entire upper body soft and relaxed. Feel your neck and throat soft and open. Feel the muscles of your face soft and relaxed. Soften your brow, your temples, your ears, your scalp. Letting go of all thoughts. Relax. 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 deepen your breath. Allow your toes and your fingers to move gently. Begin to stretch and move in any way that feels good to you. Maybe like when you wake up in the morning, whatever feels good. Rolling onto your right side, put your knees into your chest, bring your hands to your right arm, under your right cheek for a little pillow, and just allow yourself to rest there. Very nurturing position, the first position your body ever needs. And then placing the palm of your left hand on the floor in front of your chest, slowly stretch your left leg towards the end of your mat. Make your way to a comfortable seated position. And sitting comfortably, spine tall. Let's bring the hands together into prayer pose right in your heart center. We're going to close by vibrating the sound Om, and I encourage you to vibrate the sound Om, sing, do anything you can that is vocalizing besides just talking, because that is another way that we strengthen the lungs, the throat, and all of that becomes much stronger when we're using it by chanting or singing. So nice deep breath in. Now bowing your head to yourself, take a moment to honor yourself, to honor your practice, and to thank yourself for taking the time to take care of your body, your mind, and your spirit in such a beautiful way today. The light and the spirit within me honors and salutes the light and the spirit that shines so beautifully and brightly within each one of you, or as we say in yoga, simply, Namaste. Namaste, Fiorella. Namaste, Carmen. Namaste, Maria. Namaste, Amaya. Wherever you are back there.
Amaya.
Okay, she was waving at me a minute ago.
She's gonna come back.
So thank you, ladies, very much for beautiful.
Thank you, Bonnie.
My pleasure.
Thank you for a wonderful class, Bonnie.
Well,
Appreciate
thank
it.
you for a wonderful